Justin, back with you again for a very fun session today. We're going to be talking about transcribing and specifically using the software called Guitar Pro. Now, that wasn't around when I was growing up. It was all records and pencils and papers and a hell of a lot of rubbing out. But Guitar Pro is really, really fantastic for getting your ideas and your transcriptions down into a repeatable format. There's loads and loads of cool features about it. And particularly, it's good for people to learn the rhythm of solos and riffs and stuff that they're learning, which is, if you don't know how to do it, it can seem like a little bit of a black art, but Guitar Pro simplifies that in a really great way. So the plan is, I'm going to take you through a little bit of a basic Guitar Pro guide. I'm going to open up a blank thing, import a file, which you guys have hopefully all got access to. I think it's called Albert King Full Mix or something like that. It's basically me badly imitating Albert King. It's a good way of learning the licks. It's part of a series that I've got called Transcribing Blues Solos, which is encouraging people to work on their own transcribing skills. And not only that, I've got an amazing special guest. Please welcome Thomas from Guitar Pro, who I've known for a few years.
Hi, hello, everyone. Hi.
And Thomas, is our man in Guitar Pro land, and I'm hoping that he might give me a few tips and tricks along the way. And tell us a bit more about Guitar Pro. But actually, even though I've been out drinking with Thomas a few times, I don't know that much about his history. So can you introduce yourself, Thomas, and let us know what it is you're doing? A bit about Guitar Pro while you're at it.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm very happy to be with you tonight. I'm actually the head of marketing at Aerobas Music, which develops Guitar Pro. Of course, I've been working there for 8 years already. Yeah, getting old, but I love it. And of course, the first time I came into the offices, it was I had stars in my eyes. I would say I was very happy to be able to get lucky, to be here, so lucky to work there. That's fine. That was great. So yeah, I'm a head of marketing. I'm in charge of social media, partnerships, and sales, everything actually, a lot of stuff. And yeah, I was a guitar teacher before. I was teaching guitar in a small music school, and then I got the opportunity to work for Guitar Pro, and of course I jumped in, and I'm pretty happy I did. And our goal at Guitar Pro is to obviously help guitarists. That's our main goal every day. We fix bugs, we add new features, we listen to people. We receive a lot of messages from you, our dear Guitar Pro users and lovers. We get a lot of love messages also from people who have been using Guitar Pro for so many years, who have been practicing the guitar with Guitar Pro when they were younger. Guitar Pro has been around since 1997, so it's getting old, but it's famous for its simplicity, easiness to use, and we try to keep it that way as most as possible. And we are working on obviously a new version. I can't tell you a lot about it yet, but we are exciting about the new features we are working on, and that's it.
Guitar Pro has definitely changed and evolved a hell of a lot since I first started using it. I don't think I was there that early, maybe 2005 or something like that. Like, over 10 years that I've been using it, and way before there was audio. And
of course,
if it's fair to say, like some of the earlier iterations, that maybe the arranging of the notes wasn't as beautiful as it is now. I think now,
of course, the technology was different. The technology was different.
So I came from a competing notation software, which was prettier, but it was so laborious and time consuming to add stuff in. It used to take hours and hours and hours. And somebody said, "Oh, if it's just for teaching, just check out Guitar Pro, man. It's great." And I'm like, "Oh, it does this."
And it's maybe one of the best ways to listen to a tab and be able to understand what is going on. We're gonna talk about it later, but actually, it gives life to your tab. If you don't understand how to, if you can't read music, sheet music, if you can't actually understand what it means, the notes and the rhythm, etc., Guitar Pro is there for you. But it can do, of course, a lot more. There are many instruments you can edit, of course. You've got tools like chord diagrams, scale diagrams. You can use to practice. You can see the neck, the virtual neck view. Yeah, it's an amazing tool to edit, of course, but also to practice and share your tabs, obviously, because many people use Guitar Pro, so you can find Guitar Pro files everywhere on a lot of websites, and it's easy to find them. So
And
that's a
you
great
have
tool
a
for that.
service as well. I don't want this to sound too advertorial, but you have a service where you can access kind of authentic tabs, right?
Yeah, we've got My Songbook, which is our tabs library, our official tabs. You need a subscription for that, or you can buy the tabs one by one, by unit. But yeah, actually, it's very nice tabs. I mean, it's quality stuff. It's a very accurate tabs. It's yeah, so it's copyrighted stuff. So that's why we ask people to pay for an access, because obviously we pay the artists, so that's fair. That's a fair deal for them. Every time someone plays the song, the artists get commissions. So and we've been working on My Songbook quite intensely, and we've added a lot of songs. We also listen to people who on our support ask for songs, so we try to add them, and as many as possible. But we take our time to check the quality of each tab we put in there. We add tabs with audio tracks, meaning you've got backing tracks from real instruments in them. So that's really nice to practice them. Yeah, it's high quality stuff, really. It's not things you can find on other websites I won't mention, but yeah, it's really made by professional musicians. And the most important thing is that it's not expensive at all. It's pretty cheap for what it is. So yeah, you should check it out. And every day you've got a free song, a free tab. So if you don't know if it's for you, you just can go there inside Guitar Pro. You've got the My Songbook tab. You click on it, and you can actually access a lot of amazing songs. We focus on obviously the most famous, the most legendary songs you need to practice. So you've got a list of incredible songs in there.
Amazing. Okay, so just for people who are maybe not familiar with Guitar Pro, it's like basically a tab player. So you can program in a tab or get a tab from somewhere else, and you can actually hear it and change the guitar sound. There's like effects pedals and things you can add in, all of that sort of stuff. So you can hear the tab, which is the big advantage, as opposed to having like tab books, which is what I grew up with, because you can actually hear it and play it. So if you're not sure about the rhythm or the phrasing of a particular line, you can do that. You can slow down all of the sections. You can loop the different bars, all of those sort of things. Yeah, it's a really, really handy tool. So shall I start, Thomas? Shall I go into?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's dive in.
I had a Guitar Pro file open that I was just testing earlier. I need to. Where's everyone gone? Okay, guys, I'm going to try this. Hey, there we go. And now if I flick to this one, hey, you've got my screen. Things are working. Okay. So I'm just going to search for Guitar Pro. That's open, and I'm going to start with a new file so that you see what's going on. I'm going to choose electric guitar clean, and I'm going to create it. So this is probably going to be a bit loud right now, so I'm just going to turn that down. But just for those of you that haven't done it, you can, now it seems kind of quiet in my headphones at least, as you put in a note, you can hear the note that's going in, and then you could say, grab that little bit, and you're able to add notes just like that. It's as simple as clicking on the string that you want and typing the number.
Yeah, you can use your keyboard.
Yeah.
And but you can also use a MIDI guitar if you want, or just a MIDI instrument also that you can connect and just play on it.
Absolutely. So then you can, of course, change the duration of the notes to be different rhythms, depending on what you need. You can, if you realize that there was another note there. You can go up to the top and you can insert a beat if you've forgotten one, and add in another note. It's really super easy to edit.
Yeah,
But for me, the big change that I thought was amazing was this. If you go to track up the top here and go to add audio file, I've got one pre-prepared here, the same one that you guys have got, the Albert King style MP3. So if I enter that, we can see down the bottom here that there's now a waveform, and this is actually the MP3 of the song. Now, I was chatting to Thomas about this earlier.
Yeah, that's a tip.
You can't really see. I've only got one bar here, so usually what I do is I use my cursor, and you can see as I cursor along, more of the track is showing up here. But you said if I go to the end,
you go to the end of
and
the audio track. Yeah,
top,
that's right. Yeah.
Yay! That's given me the whole
magic.
lot. So,
it's a little tip, but it can save you a bit of time.
What I want to explain a little bit about is how it's helpful for your audio. So I'm going to talk for a little bit and then I'll stop and take some questions. So you can see here I've got this click track, and you can, hopefully it's clear enough. Can I increase the size of that window, Thomas? Is it? Yeah. Yeah, I can. There we go.
Yeah, sure.
So I just made it a bit bigger. Hopefully it's a bit clearer to see it now. But you can see there's the first click. Obviously, most tracks don't have a click track, but I'm going to use this anyway. So I'm just clicking on that first one there, and I'm going to line that one here up with that first beat. And I know that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's the next one here. There's the beginning of bar 2. So I'm just going to click that and move it over to the beginning of bar 2. So you can see now by lining up the lines exactly with it, it's actually lined up. It's done it perfectly, which is a bit of a fluke. The song is at 95 beats per minute, but you can see that all of the big points on the waveform are all lining up with these beats. So where it's lining up there, that's the beats in the bar. So now if we're playing along with the tab, if I just go back to the beginning of the tab, you can see here now this is playing along with the bars exactly. Something went off there, did it? No, that was absolutely perfect. So that is the basic idea of adding an audio file. But before I go too much further, have we got any questions so far about this idea that we're just opening a Guitar Pro file and we're able to import an audio track, and then we're going to start adding some tabs? So I think it's pretty straightforward so far. Alfio says, new to this, do I need an audio interface to plug into Guitar Pro? So if you want to play, sorry, Thomas?
No, go on.
No, you don't. You need some way of getting the audio out of your computer, but most laptops have headphone jack or speakers. If you want your guitar and the Guitar Pro file coming out of the same source, you need something to be able to mix them together, but that could be a very basic audio interface, or even some of these things where you can plug a guitar directly into a computer and then mix them in something like Ableton or Logic or GarageBand or something like that. After you.
Sorry, just you can use the your audio interface to actually use the effects present in Guitar Pro. Actually, you can play the guitar and use Guitar Pro to listen to effect pedals. So
you can hang on. Sorry, I didn't know this. You can use the pedals in Guitar Pro that I use on a particular sound. In fact, I might show people in just a sec.
It's
describe a riff, and then I'll change the sound. But I can use those with a real guitar. That's
right. Yeah, it's called the line-in feature. You can find it at the top right of the interface. And that's a cool way also to practice with the sound. Actually, the sound of the song. So it's a cool tip.
That's okay. Learning something new every day. Flying Free is saying, how did Thomas add the extra layers? Well, it's me that's doing it, but how did Thomas add the extra bars? I missed that bit. I've opened the file and put the audio in, but only one bar. So, if you scroll along, if you go into the audio file let's go back to my screen. Fan, can you do the big screen version, please? There we go. So in this bit down the bottom, if you scroll right to the end of the audio file, just keep moving along with your mouse.
Yeah,
right
they got
to
the
the
plus sign.
yeah, there's a plus sign at the top, but it's not there now because I've done the whole audio file, so it's it's not quite there. But okay, let me go back now and try and find a riff. So what I always do in these bars where it's just a click track, I put a rest in. So you can see there it's already got a crotchet rest, which is worth 1 beat. That's the kind of thing you're going to need to know about. But I would just keep moving along and put rests in for a couple of bars, just so I'm super clear that that's where the clicks go. And then this is going to be the bar where I'm going to start. I'm a bit nerdy and I like things organized. So I'd also at this point go to the bar manager and just move the one I'm working to onto the next line, because that's the kind of geek I am. So if I want to try and work out what's going on in this one bar, before I can start looping it, I need to put something in it. And I think a great thing to do is to move into 8th note. So you can click here on the left-hand side, the 8th note. You can use the plus and minus buttons to move between the different ones. But so you can click on that. And again, I would just do rest. I tend to keep it a bit simple and stupid, and I'm just moving the cursor over until I've got 8 rests in the bar. And once I've got 8 rests in the bar, I can now loop that bar over and over again. In the top here, right at the top, we can definitely see, everyone can see my cursor, right? So at the top here, there's a repeat button. So now it's going to repeat that bar over and over. Now, when you're getting started on transcribing, often it's not the notes that are the difficult part. So I know this riff, obviously, I created this thing, but as a riff, if you wanted to transcribe it, you need to find the first note. So you'd go, and then listen again. And you go, oh. And then it goes, do, ba. No. Oh, there we go. And then do. Now, I'm not going to keep pretending like I don't know it. So it's a very, very simple little riff here. This one is going A, E, A, G, E. Now, if you're not very good at transcribing, you've never done it before, you might find the rhythm part for these a little bit more challenging than I'm going to make it look right now, because I'm decent at transcribing and I wrote the arrangement, so it's kind of cheating. But you would just always try and remember to do it in lots of little chunks and figure out what the notes are. Before you do the rhythm, figure out what the notes are. Because the thing that Guitar Pro gives us that is so super helpful is being able to see where the notes fall relative to the beat. So if you're now looking at the waveform down the bottom, and you could even expand it up a bit if I click on there and make it bigger. So we're just seeing bar 3 here now. And again, I'll just highlight it and then play it. Let's see if we can work out where those notes are. So we had do. We had at the beginning of there, right on the beat, and there was one in between. Yeah.
You're not sharing your screen.
Oh, I'm not sharing my screen.
Sorry.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Somebody, you have to interrupt me there because I have to remember to change my little switcher. Sorry, guys. Okay, so look, I've just expanded this. This is 1 bar, and I've got those 8 notes programmed in here. So now what I want to do is just work out where the notes are, and if I play, you can see do. There, this little highlighted note, that's beat 2. So there's beat 1, there's beat 2. So therefore, these must be the 8th notes, the 1 beat divided into 2. And we already said it was this note, 5th fret, 5th fret, right? So I'm going to just highlight the whole thing again. Now, do, miss, da. So that extra note that was coming there, just listen again. You can see that note's coming in here, which is exactly halfway between beat 2 and beat 3. There's beat 2, that would be beat 3. And you could also even follow it along with your eyes at the top here and go do, you can see that note happens at exactly the same time as that. So we know that that's that note. Okay, I'm just going to highlight it again. Do, you can, if you're looking at the screen, do, 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 that would be this note there. Let's do it. Keep it on going. One more time. Do, do, do. And we said da, da. Well, next string down. Do. So we got this. Now, if we want to check it as well, we can turn the audio off. And now we can just hear the guitar going around. That's pretty cool, right? So this is the fact that you can import an audio file, be able to see the waveform, repeat a little section there with, especially I feel like if you put those rests in, you can kind of watch the cursor go past and it'll really help you pinpoint where the notes are. Now, this one's all eighth notes. It obviously gets a little bit more complicated when you've got 16th notes or triplets, but you don't want to start with that. You want to start with simple things and develop the knowledge of it. And once you get better, you go like, oh, okay, I could do those eighth notes one. Oh, let's try something a little bit more challenging, like lead solos or harder riffs or whatever. But this is like the basic foundation of it. I just feel like this is so much easier than when I was learning and trying to write it down by pen. So is that, have you got any tips on this? Are there any other ways of using that, or is it that way kind of works for you?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you said it all. It's
okay.
It's quite easy. I saw a question. Do you need a lot of knowledge, music theory knowledge to use Guitar Pro? Actually, no, you don't. That's why it exists. It's to help you doing these things quite easily. So yeah. You don't need to be a professional musician to use Guitar Pro. On the contrary, it's made to be easy to use. So
yeah. I think that there's a certain baseline where it will be faster to use it and easier to use it. For example, if you didn't know there are 4 beats in the bar, that would probably make doing that a little bit difficult. If you didn't know that each beat could be divided in half into eighth notes, then what I was just doing would be difficult. So there is a certain amount of kind of
of course, the better. It's better if you know a bit. But
absolutely. But of course you can. What I'm showing you here is a particular use case for Guitar Pro. But as Thomas mentioned already, there's lots of other use cases. You can just use it for playing tabs. You can buy songs and solos or whatever, and then play them and just be able to hear the actual track with the tab scrolling along. Of course, you can. We didn't do it yet, but you can slow stuff down as well. So if I'm going to turn the audio back on. I haven't gone to the close-up thingy yet. Sorry. There we go. Somebody's going to remind me guys. If that was too fast, you can change the tempo. Where's the percentage button? Oh, there it is.
On the top. Yeah.
So instead of having 100%, we could just do 80%. So you can go crazy on that if you wanted to be silly and have it at 25%. But at least look.
May I jump in? Sorry.
Yeah.
You can also use the speed trainer. So you just go on the where you were, and you select custom values rather than a percentage. Just
okay.
And then you.
Here down the bottom.
Yeah. The last one. Maybe.
Values,
yeah. And then you select progressive speed.
Oh, look, here we go.
Yeah, and it's an amazing tool because you can start playing a few bars or just a loop like you're doing at a very slow pace, and then after a few repeats, it's going faster. So it's a way to like when you are running, for instance, and you run faster. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, see, every day is a school day. Every day is a school day. I didn't know about that one either. But what I can show you actually while we're here is about the sound. So, sorry, let me turn the track off again for a second.
Yeah, and put Guitar Pro back.
And put Guitar Pro back. Thank you, Tom. So if we've got that riff here, if we click on this little clean guitar thing over here, you can have under where it says sounds, you've got all of these different pedals that you can add. What have I got? A top 30. Here we go. I can go to distortion and have I don't know many of these. Blues. Let's do a blues sound. So we got a blues pedal there. And now if we, that hasn't changed it a whole lot. How do we get?
We can't see the pedals, Justin.
You can't see the pedals?
Yes, that's better now. That's better now.
Yeah, okay. But it's not. Oh yeah. Okay, that is. It's not doing a whole lot. Oh yeah, now it's getting there, but it's very.
Yeah.
It's subtle. That's maybe a subtle one. So let's go. Let's go for a screamer. Here we go.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. So now we got that little bit of crunch there. I'm assuming we can put in like a bit of reverb as well. There we go. A bit of spring reverb. Maybe not that much. There we go. So this is just an interesting way, like you can.
And there's
there's
also a pedal board view. I don't know if you know about this. Just a little dots. You see clean strat or yeah. Let me. No, it's not there. Where is it?
I'm sure. Show pedal board. Here we go. There you go.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So we can actually look at. I think you can even move them around and stuff, can't you?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
You can zoom in on it.
You zoom in.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I mean, you can make it bigger, but.
Oh yeah. Hang on. Yeah. We can do that over. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on that because it is a cool.
It's a good feature.
When you get into doing multiple different guitar parts, so something that I often find I found it useful as a composition tool. I'll sometimes program in one thing, an idea like a finger picking pattern. If I'm like, hey, I really like the sound of doing this, but is it worth the effort for me to practice the hell out of this to be able to get it fast enough to add with this other layer, say? So I'll program them together and have a listen to what they sound like, and I'll program up a couple of similar to sounds to what it is I think I'm actually going to record with. So it's I find it useful as a composition tool, although I'm veering off course a little bit here. So, okay, so let's just, I want to do a tiny bit more of the rhythm. Let me just move that waveform down a little bit now, because we don't need it to be quite that crazy. So, of course, it's very easy to copy and paste things like this. If we're listening to the track now, oh, where's the track? Oh, here it is.
Justin, we don't see your screen.
Guitar Pro.
Oh, guys, this is crazy. Okay, Fan, flick over the big screen again. There we go. So I need to find a way of getting remote access to that. So I can copy that riff 4 times over to here. And also, again, just because I'm in nerd mode, I would put all of those in the same line because it would upset me if they weren't. I think the getting stuff on the right line really helps with things. And you can, of course, always name the chords as well. So that's only one note, but I might like to put an A7 in there to make sure that I remember that that's what the chord is, what it's based around. I also have a style sheet, which you can make your own one. So if I go to load style and I go to this one and okay, you'll see that the fonts and the style of everything's changed just to keep everything uniform the way I like it to look on the screen. So we've moved over now and it's the same riff, but it's on the D chord now. So I think I can copy this and paste it and then transpose it. I think it's been a while since I've done that. But if I go to tools and I go to transpose and I go selection by chromatic, up, perfect 4th, direction up, go, and it's almost got it, but everything's on the wrong string. So if I use shift down arrow, is it? No. What do you move everything down a string? Option down. Alt down arrow. There it is. Alt,
Yeah.
Option down arrow, and it moved.
Yeah.
Just to be clear here, so it put it all there, which is in open position. If I use Alt, oh, hang on. If I use Alt down arrow, it puts it every note down one string, and now and we've got exactly the same thing. We know that it lasts for 2 bars. Copy, paste, and then it goes back to A for 2 bars. So we'll just grab those as well. Pop that in, and again, it's going to really upset me that it's on the wrong line. So I'll just fix that up.
Well,
and now
there's an option for that. We can speak about it later, but there's an option to have the same bars always.
Same amount of bars on each one. Okay.
Yeah.
Again. Now it goes back to A. No, E. Sorry. That's 2 bars on E, and then 2 bars on A, I guess. Oh, there's a slight variation there, which is interesting. So it's going 2 bars of E. So if I copy those, which are the D bars, paste it, select it, tools, transpose, selection by semitones. I'll just do it 2 semitones will do. And then up. Yay! And it's done it perfectly. And then it goes back to A.
Well done.
Yeah?
Well done.
Have I done something wrong?
No, it's fine. Perfect. So good. So far, so good.
Yeah, so far, so good. And then just here, there's a little gap here. So we go. So this note actually isn't there. So I hit on that and that R. Oops. And then I would usually go to bar, double bar line. Where's double bar line gone? Double bar line. Just so I remind myself that it's the end of the section. But that's actually, there's our first 12 bars of that blues done. It didn't take that long, really.
Nice.
Obviously, we're just doing the rhythm section now, and the rhythm part is going to be probably a bit easier than doing the lead line. But with everything that you learn, I think it's better to start simple and be able to work your way through things like riffs and rhythms. You should be able to work them out by ear, and it's definitely a lot easier to write the rhythms down of this kind of thing than it is to do a lead solo, which is going to have lots of different subdivisions and all of that. So yeah, that's the starting point. There's a bunch of
may I say just yeah, we can answer questions also, but I wanted to mention that you can actually slow the tab down, but the audio of the audio track slows it too. So it's slowing down as well. So that's very convenient when you're practicing. That's what I wanted to say.
I think we touched on that
and
already.
Yeah. And the audio is great. So
yeah, we did the percentage slowing down and then gradually speeding up, which is super useful. It works with the audio file as well as just the MIDI sounds.
Yeah.
Another feature that it's got there, I'll be honest, I've only just noticed it's in there, is the semitone and cent shift. So what that means is that if you import a track that's slightly flat, or for example, like a Hendrix song, which is tuned to E flat, rather than mucking around and tuning your guitar down, you can use that to tune the track up a semitone, which for someone like me who does a lot of transcribing, I very rarely can be bothered retuning my guitars to fit the track. Maybe Jimi Hendrix is an exception because he's Jimi Hendrix and he's worth it for me. But many times I can't be bothered with doing that. So using that kind of feature, super useful. I was doing a Simon and Garfunkel song the other day, and I can't remember which one it was now, but it was ever so slightly flat. So it wasn't a semitone, it was just a bit. Using the sense feature just to tweak it that little bit was like, you could have tuned up in the studio, man, but as you didn't, I'll so yeah, that's really useful. There's a few people with specific questions, so let me just try and address some of those now.
I saw someone asking about the promotion we have on the Guitar Pro website and yours.
The promotion. Okay. So Thomas, do you remember all of that? Do you want to do this? The Guitar Pro sale? Hey, over the top.
Sorry. Sorry about that, but it's important because it's a way to get it cheaper. So that's the best time to buy Guitar Pro. Actually, at the moment we are offering 20% off. So that's a great way, to spend less. Actually, if you've got already an older version of Guitar Pro, like you've got 5, 6, 7, you can actually buy it for even less. So that's even better if you've got already an older version and you just want to upgrade. Go check it out on the website and see that's not expensive at all. And also you get free guitar lessons from Justin.
Yeah, so
that's a good bargain.
Yeah, the offer at the moment, you get access to the practical music theory course, you get access to the strumming foundation, and 1 month with the lessons and songs app, which is pretty decent as a throw in for you guys. So
it is.
Yeah, definitely go and check that out. Fan's been pasting a link there in the description, so go and check that out. So okay, let's hit some of these questions. Some of them are pretty quick and easy to answer. Except my screen's just
and thank you for your questions. It's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thank you for using Guitar Pro.
I'm gonna do easy ones first of all, and then I'll hit the harder ones. So Christopher asks, if I just copy that, there we go. How do you copy and paste? I'm using an Apple computer, so I use Command C for copy and Command V for paste, or Command X for cut, which removes it, and then you can paste it somewhere else if you don't actually want it there. I think that's pretty universal. I'm sure Windows is like Windows button C, V, and X. It's a pretty universal thing, that one. Right. So I reckon we're going to be okay there. Andrew asks, how is Justin changing the number of bars on each line? And Thomas had a tip for that as well. Fan, can you go to the full screen, please, for me? So anytime you want to change the number of bars in a line, there's this little button in the top right hand corner of the left hand menu area up here. It's like a triangle with an arrow on it, and if you click on it, it opens up a lot of options here. You can see here a plus or a minus. If you hit the plus, it adds a bar, and if you hit the minus, it removes a bar from that particular line.
You can also change the length of the bars.
If you've got a bar where there's a lot of notes, you can adjust where the bars and even the individual notes within the bar. I don't know why you want to do that, but you can go crazy with that. I guess it would just be if you've got a particular, like a fast passage, and you don't feel like the automatic spacing was to your fancy.
Yeah, it's graphic design in a way.
Absolutely. The only thing, Thomas, this X here, does that reset those spacings? Is that what that does?
No, I don't think so. You just close the edition. Try it. Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah, no, it does. Yeah,
exactly. And reset. Yeah, it resets. Yeah,
resets. I don't think I know the button before. Sorry. So that would be how you do the bars. Okay, where was
good
that?
Question. Okay. That was a good question.
Absolutely. Justin says, how long is the sale on for? I don't know the answer.
28th. Yeah, 28th.
11.
Yeah.
11 more days. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Martin says, when you're done transcribing the solo, you can already play it and you don't need a transcription. What am I missing here? When you're done transcribing the solo, you can already play it and you don't need the transcription. Okay. So I get your question. I don't know. I'm assuming other people are like this, but I've probably learned more solos than a regular guitar player just because I do it for my job. But I've learned literally hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of songs and solos. In fact, you can't see it, but up here on the shelf behind me, I've got folders and folders of transcriptions. Literally just I've always been a pencil and a paper kind of transcriber. So I write them all down on that and they go in a big folder. Now, it's a bit of a pain. And when I want to access one, they're difficult to find. I did have an assistant a few years ago and go and scan them all and name them all. But even then, she seemed to miss stuff and some are upside down. It's a bit of a pain. With Guitar Pro, you save a digital file, which doesn't take up any space. It's never going to get lost. It's nowhere near the pain in the bum as other ones. So I find myself using my Guitar Pro transcriptions a lot more because I can just grab them up straight away. And then when it's time to relearn them, I can play along with it. I can slow it down. Again, my old transcription, sometimes I'm like, oh, how did that bit go? Or whatever, what was the phrasing? Sometimes I don't write the rhythm down if I'm doing particularly maybe some of the more complicated players like say Robin Ford. I never used to write the rhythm down because he'd be playing all over the place and it was kind of difficult. Whereas in Guitar Pro, at least you can see kind of where the notes are relative to the bar lines, which can be helpful.
And
so yeah,
Justin, also you can also share the file, which is really important. When you're a teacher, you can actually share it quite easily, and the student can practice it. So that's, you can also sell. Many artists we are working with sell their transcriptions, their arrangements. So that's a way also to make money with it when you are a professional, and also share knowledge with it. So yeah, that's why you need to transcribe it into Guitar Pro, for instance. Yeah.
absolutely. It's something else to do with the transcribing. Just while we're on it, I very often am able to transcribe a solo that I'm unable to play proficiently yet. So good example, All Along the Watchtower. I've just started relearning that song again. I have played it before and I've learned the solos. It even appears in my one of my blues solos books that I released 10 years ago. But I don't remember it very well. And for some reason, I never did a lesson. So even though I've transcribed it, I had to go and reference my own book to be able to go like, oh yeah, that's how it was. I'm not going to transcribe it again. And it comes back quicker than the first time you did it, of course. But there is definitely a period where it's like trying to get it back or trying to remember it. Tommy Emmanuel songs, I've got most of the Tommy Emmanuel songs that I've transcribed, I've got in Guitar Pro, so that when I'm doing a show or something and I want to revise them, I need to practice them not at 100%, you know. So I might play along those just to refresh my memory of what it was if there's any bits that are lacking. So I think it's a well useful tool. Okay, so okay, Martin says, this is one for you, Thomas. How do you adjust all the bars to be 4 per line, for example? What was the trick for that?
You mentioned it, but yeah, you can actually click on the tab with your right click.
Yeah.
Then you select bar.
Yeah.
Then you select system layout, which is
mine's grayed out. What's going on there?
Sorry?
Mine's grayed out. Hang on.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Again.
Layout, yeah.
Then you go to fixed bar count per system, sorry, and you can select the number of bars, and let me do it on mine so I can see it perfectly. But yeah.
Okay. Can I do it with my 2 bars?
And the same size. Yeah.
Hang on. So
yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to cancel that, and I'm just going to muck it up because I haven't done this before. So I'm going to I've changed it to 3 and 5 just to be difficult. So I'm going to start here in this bar because I don't want those 2 bars to change. So I'm going to start here, click in that bar, go bar, system layout, fixed bars, start at the current system. So I'm hoping it's just going to start from that line.
Yeah, sure.
And then go, okay. Yeah, and it's done it. There we go. Every day is a school day.
Yeah, it saves a lot of time. Yeah. Again, and it looks nice. It looks nice that way. I always do that when I editing a file. Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
It's clean.
Absolutely. So that's Martin's question. Let me just remove that. Okay. Can you show us how to put the chords in again? Okay, I can do that. Let me go back to screen.
You can press A. Look on your keyboard. It's A.
Yeah. Hang on. Get rid of that. So I just click in the bar. I use the keyboard command, the same as Thomas mentioned, the A, and it brings up the chord. Now, I know it's an A7 sound, so I'm going to say it's an A7. But what's really clever about it is I'm just going to go, to D7 actually anyway. But I'm going to put the whole D7 chord there. So now if I do this and I go to put the A there, it'll actually tell me already. It'll name the chord for me. It'll show me a way of playing it. But there's all of these other variations of the chord as well that you could choose to add in as a chord box, which I think is really clever. Now, how do I get back to the one I wanted? That one there. So if I go OK there, it gives us the D7. I think it puts them at the top somewhere, doesn't it? No.
Yeah, just above. Yeah, A7.
Yeah, but didn't it used to put chord boxes at the top?
Yeah, sure. You can. Sure. You can do that by with the layout options. Actually.
Okay. I'm not going to go to do that right now. But okay, I'm just going to delete those extra.
In the style sheet, you can actually choose to make them appear at the top.
Yeah.
Or just above the tab. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now. I don't tend to use that, but yeah, there we go. That was a good question there. They've all disappeared. Oh yeah, students' questions. I'd completely forgotten. Thank you, Fanny. Okay. So, from Gail, is it possible to add an audio track you've already embedded and transcribed? Example, lick from pattern 1 audio and the pattern 2 audio. Absolutely. So, as long as you've got it as an MP3 file, you can just import it. So, and if you've transcribed it already, then it's just a matter of synchronizing the tab to the audio. So that process we did originally where we selected one of the beats. We used the click track there, but if there's no click track, you just need to listen to the drums to find like stop. So you're finding one bar and you put that second marker there and it lines up the whole thing. If the tempos are wobbly through the tune, it's very simple to just double click on one of those points, or I don't think you double click, sorry, click and move.
No, just click,
points, and it'll synchronize that bar starting where you put the marker. So often when I'm transcribing, I was trying to think of a band who does weird tempo stuff. Led Zeppelin. If I'm transcribing Led Zeppelin, I'm going to be using that marker very, very often because the tempos are kind of organically shifting around a little bit. So it's super useful for doing that. I've done it before in like Pro Tools or Logic where I've had to line stuff up with tempo mapping, and it's much harder than it is in Guitar Pro. So they definitely know that. So yeah, that's a great thing for any of the blues immersion students that are hanging out. You should definitely be checking out Guitar Pro for you doing your transcriptions and entering in stuff that you've done before. All of the licks and stuff like that I show on the screens are all Guitar Pro. That's what I use when I'm doing my lessons, and you see music at the top of the tabs is all done in Guitar Pro. That's my main notation tool these days. Okay, from Nigel, how do you find beat 1 when there's a pickup bar? So pickup bar or an anacrusis is usually just a few notes. So you might have like do 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 ba 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 da. So if you're aware that there's such a thing as a pickup bar, you're probably already listening out for it. So you probably want to just be listening to the music and trying to figure out where the pickup bar is coming in. So thinking, well, here's the tempo of the song. Okay, like just listening to the song, and then you stop it, and then you start again, and you just try and hear how many notes there are before the 1, because you should feel where the 1 is. That's just a feeling thing. I can't teach you that. You have to just do that by listening. But if you know where 1 is, you're counting how many notes are going in, and then you take a guess maybe and go, well, I think it's and 4 and then you try and listen and you go and 4 and do do. Oh, was it that, or was it ba ba da da ba 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 da bum? All right, okay. 1 and 2 triplet, 3 and 4 and 1, or whatever the pickup bar may be. It is one of those things that you're going to have to experiment with a little bit. It's not. I can't go like you. Now you can do it. It's a little bit trial and error, but as well, the more you do it, the more you recognize the common kind of entry points or pickup bars. So I wouldn't just do it, and it'll make itself obvious over time how to make that correct. Okay. Oh, Nigel's. Yeah. Sorry, Thomas.
So I've seen a cool question. Maybe it's directed to you, Justin. Which feature that's currently missing would you like to see in Guitar Pro? I think that's a cool question.
Oh, okay. That's a great question. Let's come back to that in a second, Thomas, because I've got a couple of questions here that I wanted to get through.
Sorry.
I'm on the wrong page, but we'll definitely come back to features for Guitar Pro. We'll do that in a second, because this is an even nastier question. Nigel's just getting in there. How do you notate complex bends like a double bend with a release and a rebend so that it sounds correct? So
good challenge.
You're just jumping straight into the nasty stuff, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do, Fan, just give me the Guitar Pro nice and big again. So I'm just going to go down the end here, and I'm going to turn the audio track off so that doesn't get in the way. So let's say we're bending the 10th fret, and we want to do a tone bend to start off with. If we go for B for bend, you can see there that we've got different options. We've got bend, bend release, pre-bend, pre-bend, bend, and pre-bend and release. So each one of those is going to give you a different map here. Let's say that the complex bend was a pre-bend tone, dropping it down just a semitone back down. Let's start off with that. And then let's say on the next note, we're going to do the same note again, but this time we're going to do a double tone bend. So we're going full Gilmore here. So we pop that in, and then maybe on the next note, we're going to do another bend, and we're going to bend and release that because this is, you can adjust the timing within the rhythm as well. So now we've got, that sounds really weird. Actually, these are eighth notes. I wanted them as quarter notes anyway. So you can actually hear what's going on. And that one I'll make a minimum. So now we've got. That's beautiful. Now, can you also lengthen the note and tie them together?
Yeah.
So there we go. So what I've done now is I used the L command to join all the notes together. So now it's only one bend. Oh man, that sounds so cool.
Like a cat.
Yeah, absolutely. My cat's in the other room, wondering what's going on. So you can get like super crazy with the string bending. It's just an experimenting thing. Like, I only know that's there because I've done transcriptions where there's been some pretty weird bends that I've tried to notate, and I've taken my time to be a bit fussy, which I think is sometimes useful to deep dive on stuff and go, I really want to get that bend going like this. And knowing what amazing support Thomas has, if you've got a bend there that you're like, oh man, I don't know how to write this bend down, you can email the good people at Guitar Pro. This is how I get in trouble with the customer service department at Guitar Pro. They're all going to say,
Well, actually, you're right. It's great to know that you can actually talk to people from our team if you've got a question about Guitar Pro, if you got a technical issue. It's not AI, it's a real guy, Nicolas. Hi, Nicolas. He's an amazing guy, a very nice guy, and he's answering to a lot of questions every day about people trying to use software, or just as you said, have issues with features. We've got and Nicolas has made a great manual, the Guitar Pro manual, that you can download on the Guitar Pro website. We've got a few videos also explaining how to use the main features. But yeah, you can actually talk to him if you've got problems with Guitar Pro. That's nice to know, because that's an important service to us, and we listen to people, and we get a lot of features, also feature requests as well.
Okay, which will come on one question, and then we'll go on to the feature request thing. So the question was, is there a cheat sheet for the keyboard shortcuts? I've got a feeling I've seen one somewhere, but I can't remember where.
Into the manual, you can find that at the end of the user manual. You've got a huge list of shortcuts there.
I must say, most of the shortcuts I've got are just from is it called tool tips? Is that what it's called? Like, if you hover over one of the tools, it pops what it is, the keyboard shortcut for it. So
you're right.
That's how I learned them. I didn't use a cheat sheet. I just literally went in and made some transcriptions, and
it's quicker.
It is one of those things that, like, when you start, it's not going to, it's fairly intuitive. I'm not dissing the software, but it's going to take a little bit of effort. You have to learn some stuff. Like, when you learn a new piece of software, or when you learn a new song, or when you learn something, you got to put in a bit of effort and figure out how stuff works. And that's just, I don't want to go on a big rant here, but I really winds me up when I've got students or even sometimes friends who buy a new bit of gear and then decide immediately it's not quite right because they didn't make it sound amazing in the first 20 seconds. You got to get to know stuff. Like when I've got a new pedal that's just been sent from Poland, looks super interesting. I think it's called the Mess. It's a sequenceable multi-effects pedal, so that the effects come on at within a certain spacing. It looks nuts, but when I first plug into it, almost certainly I'm not going to make it sound any good. I'm going to have to learn it. I'm going to have to see, like, what does it sound good with? Does it work with clean sound? Does it work with dirty sound? Does it work with this guitar? Does it work with that guitar? What amp does it sit well with? It's not like super quick. And the same with Guitar Pro. You get it. You'll get some immediate gratification if you're buying some songs and seeing the movable tab. That's super easy. But if you want to go into transcribing and stuff, there's a bit to learn. But it's good stuff to learn. It'll make you a better musician. Rant over.
Yeah.
Okay. We are nearly out of time. So I just want to remind you again about the special offer, the back to school offer with Guitar Pro, where you can get a 20% discount on Guitar Pro. And as well as that, you get access to my practical music theory course, my strumming foundation series, and a month with the lessons and songs app. So you just buy it through Guitar Pro on the regular channel. I think Fanny's got a link there somewhere.
Yeah, Guitar Pro website. GuitarPro.com.
To there. And yeah, you just buy it through there and you get a little voucher to be able to redeem the stuff over on the website. So look, we didn't get too heavy into transcribing the lead lines and how to do all of that, but the process is exactly the same as what I just did for that rhythm thing. It's the same, looking at a bar, repeating it around, figuring out what the notes are, then watching the cursor to figure out where to put the notes, and then a bit of a dose of trial and error. But I really feel like it's worth it. It'll teach you a lot about music and a lot about rhythm and help you play better, which is kind of the point as far as I'm concerned. So,
That's right.
Yeah. Anything you want to add, Thomas, before we say adieu?
Yeah, no, it's you said it. It's again, it's a tool I discovered when I was learning my first songs, my first chords, and I kept using it, and now I'm working for Guitar Pro, and that's pretty cool. And I think it can accomplish a lot of things you need when you're a guitarist. We call it like the toolbox of guitarists because you've got plenty of stuff in there, and you, as you said, you learn every day. You learn about a new feature. There's a lot of hidden stuff also in Guitar Pro that you will discover after time. But the main features are just easy to use, and yeah, it was created by two guys who wanted to, as you said, to get rid of paper in a way, to get rid of the old-fashioned way of editing, of creating tabs, and I think they managed to do a good job. And it's very useful, and we are working on new features at the moment to even improve the workflow of guitarists and to make it even easier to use. So that's our objective.
My one feature request, if I was going to make a feature request, is not so much for me, but it's for students who are doing the transcribing thing, just because I'm big on transcribing. I rave about it all the time, but I really feel like that's the thing that kids these days don't do anymore, but everyone should be doing more of, learning songs by ear. On the waveform at the bottom, if we could overlay a grid that wasn't the key lines for adjusting the tempo changes, so that we could choose probably just a blanket thing, just to be able to overlay eighth notes, triplets, or 16th notes even, that would be super cool. Just so that when somebody's listening to a track, they'd be able to see the waveform and be able to see whether it was based on a triplet or a 16th note or an eighth note. Because I think that's maybe one of the steeper parts of a learning curve that you would have to do if you were going to use it as a transcription tool anyway. For the other stuff, you don't need to know how to do that to be able to use it. But for making your own transcriptions, you do. And that's kind of tricky. It's easier in Guitar Pro than it is without it, but it's still, yeah.
I've got an advantage. I mean, I'm lucky because I can actually ask my colleagues for features. So I'm trying to push sometimes. The feature I'm actually asking for is the way to, a possibility to export an audio, a video version of the tab, to be able to add it on videos like you can see on Instagram or YouTube. So a video export feature, that's what I've been trying to push forward, because I know that people like yourself would be very happy to have that, to be just able in one click to export the video and just afterwards putting it on your video when you're playing. So
it would definitely be simpler at the moment. If I have to do something like that, then I have to do a screen recording and then edit the screen recording, but the frame rates are usually different and it's definitely not very easy. So yeah, that would be a great feature as well. That would be simplifying my life. So thank you. Thank you very much, Fan, for organizing all of the comments and stuff, making all of this come together and organizing
questions.
Generally. Thank you so much for taking an evening of your life there, Thomas. Hopefully we'll catch up again soon. Are you at the summit this year? Are you at the summit?
I'm going to the Guitar Summit, and I'll be also going to the NAMM show next year.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to go to NAMM next year, but I will be at the summit, so we'll definitely catch up with
cool. Of course. Nice.
So, let's get in touch for that one. Thank you very much for joining us for today. I hope it was helpful.
Thank you.
Let us know in the comments if there were other things that we missed. I will go and check out the comments there as well. And if there's enough interest, maybe I'll do another one of these sessions with Thomas, and we might dig in a little deeper into some lead guitar things. I was already thinking actually of doing a Christmas arrangement one, because I often make my solo guitar arrangements in Guitar Pro kind of as I go along. So maybe we do a Guitar Pro Christmas special. And
I will wear a red hat and everything. Yeah.
If we do that, you have to wear a Santa hat. I don't look at it as Santa hat.
Of course, I will.
Okay. Thank you all for joining us. Remember, please do go check out the Guitar Pro offer as well if you're into it. And good evening, Thomas. Goodbye, everyone.
Good evening, Justin. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.